Hey folks, Eric Bray, Focus Fishing Guide Service. Got another video fishing report for you for Table Rock. It is Tuesday, November 27th. As you can tell, I'm not at the lake today. Was off yesterday and the day just because it's been so cold. Going to be on the water the rest of the week. Going to be at Lake of the Ozarks all this week with the Web Outdoors Elite. But was on Table Rock pretty much every day except for Thanksgiving all the way up until yesterday. And catching a lot of fish. A few different bites going on. But catching some fish. It's been pretty good. Water cooling off, the fish are definitely moving, and we're definitely catching a lot of fish. As far as our lake level is concerned, we are at 911.5, which is 5.5 feet below what normal pool is right now at 917. Come this Saturday, that'll only be 3.5 feet below normal pool because our normal pool does drop down back down to 915 starting December 1st, and that'll run all the way through spring. Core has been running, at least one unit pretty much all day long. And they have also been running a little bit heavier in the evening, trying to meet power demands. As far as our water temperature, on Sunday it was 53, 54. I imagine with this colder weather we're probably down to 51, 52. If you get up the rivers you will find a lot cooler water. I was up the James, up above Cape Fair, and we saw mid 40s. I had a buddy who was up the Kings. He said it was mid 40s up there as well. So when you get in that dirtier water, especially early in the morning, you will see a lot colder water temperature. But if you guys are coming down, say you're going to fish the lower end of the lake, got 2 or 3 good bites going on down there right now. Best one by far is a deep bite. Catching a lot of fish deep on the Jewel scuba spoon and on the Rapala jigging Rap. Most of these fish are going to be deeper than you expect them to be. I had a trip on Saturday down there, and I think the shallowest we caught a fish was about 44 or 45 foot deep. Most of the fish are going to be suspended around the shad, and they can be over as much as 120 foot of water. So you're looking for shad, you find the shad out on points, back in the creek channels. Look for the shad to be suspended in that 40 to maybe 60 foot range, over as much as 90 or 100 foot, and then just work your Jewel scuba spoon or work your jigging Rap in and around the shad, and you'll catch fish doing that. Did catch a few over the weekend on a football jig as well, the Jewel football jig, 1/2 ounce and 5/8 of an ounce, Okeechobee blue, green pumpkin candy, peanut butter and jelly, all good colors, matched with either a J-tail or a beaver. Caught those fish in about 15 to 20, maybe as deep as 25, out on gravel mixed with rock points. Not a lot of fish doing that, but some better quality smallmouth doing that. And then we did catch a few on a crankbait as well. Wigglewort, rock crawler, curve 55, on some of those steeper banks, and seem to be catching a lot more largemouth on those steeper chunk rock 45-degree banks, especially if you've got some wind on them. Go up to the mid-lake area, same bites are working up there. Catching them a little bit better on a jig up there than we are down by the dam. Definitely want to have a Jewel football jig, 1/2 ounce and 5/8 tied on. Those fish are on those gravel and rock mix points, anywhere from about 15 to 25 foot deep. Okeechobee blue, green pumpkin candy, watermelon candy, matched up with either a J-tail or a beaver, and working it fairly slowly along the bottom. Caught several fish doing that, catching some fish back in the creeks around shad. They don't seem to be in as deep a water in Kimberling City as they are down by the dam, where we were catching them probably 30 to 40 feet deep, over 60. But the key is finding the shad. If you find shad towards the back of the creek and you're only in 30 foot of water, it doesn't mean there's not going to be fish there. Find shad, you can catch them on a Jewel scuba spoon, you can catch them on a Rapala jigging Rap. Both those baits were working really well down there. Have a jigging Rap, have a scuba spoon tied on, you will catch some fish doing that. And we were catching them pretty good on a crankbait up there as well. The Wigglewort, rock crawler, and the curve 55 on those steeper banks, on those banks that are almost ledge rock, 45-degree angle. If you've got wind blowing on them, you'll get a lot more bites, and it seems like that bite gets a little bit better as the day goes on, as the water warms up, because most of those fish are only in about 7 to 10 foot of water. So have a crankbait tied on in Kimberling as well. Go up into the James, and the spider jig's actually better in the James than the football jig. Doing better with a 5/16 or 7/16 Jewel Pro Spider jig. Normal colors though, guys. Okeechobee blue, green pumpkin candy, watermelon candy, all those colors are working. Doing a little bit better with a speed crawl as a trailer up there, but did catch a few using a beaver as a trailer as well. Most of those fish are on points, either rock and gravel mix, or actually almost all rock up there. Caught a lot more fish doing that. Caught them really good on a crankbait up there as well, especially, I'd say Ants Creek to about .12, maybe even a little bit above .12. on those steeper banks, those steeper ledge rock and chunk rock banks that are about 45 degrees with some wind blowing on them. Throwing a wiggle wart, throwing the curve 55, throwing the rock crawler, all those baits are working. Normal colors, normal crawdad colors have been working as well, but did well up there with a crankbait late last week as well. Go up into the White River. White River's about the same as the rest of the lake. Got a good bite going on. Got a lot of fish coming deep. A lot of fish out there deeper than you expect them to be. Caught them out there 35 to 60 foot deep. Most of them are suspended around shad. So don't worry about the overall depth. You're just looking for shad. If you find shad in that 30 to 50 foot range, that's where the fish are going to be. So look for those fish to be around shad. Jewel Scuba Spoon was really good for us, and the Rapala Jigging Rep was really good for us as well. So make sure you have both of those tied on. Did well with the Jewel Football Jig too. On main lake and secondary rock and gravel mix points, anywhere from about 15 to 25 foot deep seem to be the best depth. Those fish, not quite as aggressive, but we did catch some better quality doing that than we did out deep. And then the crankbait bite, caught them really good on a wiggle wart, on a rock crawler, and on a curve 55 on those steeper banks, especially back in the creeks. Big Creek was really good. There around Baxter was really good. Mill Creek up around Shell Knob was really good. Just keying on those steeper banks with a little bit of ledge rock, kind of a 45 degree. And again, that bite seemed to be a little bit better in the afternoon when it warmed up and when things started, when the water started to warm up and the sun started to warm the water. We did better with a crankbait later in the day than we did early in the day. Guys, it is the end of November. Hope you guys had a happy Thanksgiving. It's been a great year. And the fishing's actually better now than it was 2 or 3 weeks ago. We're catching a lot of fish right now. Like I said, I am going to be gone all this week, rest of this week up to Lake of the Ozarks to fish the Web Outdoors Elite. But once I get back, I've got a lot of open dates in December. We are running winter rates in December. You save $50 on a guide trip, whether it's a half, 3/4, or full day. So if you guys are thinking about coming down, want to go fishing, maybe want to learn how to fish deep, now's the time. I mean, we're catching some, I think it was Saturday, we had 40 fish and 30 keepers in 4 hours. I mean, it's the time to come fishing. And if you want to learn to fish deep, now's the time to come down. Want to learn how to throw a crankbait, now's the time to come down. Want to learn how to throw a football jig, now's the time to come down. If you guys are thinking about coming down, want to hire a guide, give me a call. It's Focus Fishing Guide Service. You can reach me at 417-860-4743. Hit my website, focusfishing.com. Either shoot me an email or book online. Either way, I get back to you as soon as I can. Guys, thanks for watching the videos. Can't wait to hear from you. We'll see you on the water.